Okay, I am going to demonstrate how to add up to 3-digit numbers with regrouping. This is 3rd grade. Students should be able to add in their head and write answers. So a type of problem would be 200, let's say 40 plus 80. Okay. Now, without even writing the answer down or the student actually concerning themselves with the algorithm, they can just simply add in their head. We clearly know that 8 plus 4 is 12, so that would require some regrouping, or you could even say from 240 to 300, we would need 60 of that, which would leave 20 left. So that would, again, give you 320. But students should be able to add this in their head by the end of 3rd grade. So let's try and create problems for your children whereby, you know, it may just be zeros in the ones column, if you will, or basically they're just thinking what's next. So from 240 to 300, we need 60. Okay, and then 60 of this 80 would leave 20. So this is how they get the 320. Now, of course, algorithm-wise, they would add 0 plus 0 is 0 from one column to the next. This is also explained in the 2nd grade playlist for a 3-digit addition. So if you also want to just go back to that, you can take a look at that. 4 plus 8 is 12. We would have carried the 1, and then 2 plus 1 is 3. But again, they can also try and add the numbers in their head without writing anything down. Okay. I'm going to give you another problem whereby you may not answer it just, you know, without actually performing the algorithm, if you will. The algorithm just means what you learn, the routine, the steps. Ones column first, then tens column, and that. And if it requires regrouping, that's just the algorithm. Okay, that's just a fancy word for using steps. Okay, now, and regrouping is always just carrying, borrowing, the things that we learned when we were young, but we should say regroup because we're taking a digit and we're breaking it down, okay? All right, now, we can let's try 854 plus 487. So, okay? So again, no one's going to do this in their head. You're going to do the algorithm, okay? Perform the algorithm. Column by column. Ones column. You know, ask your child. They're in the 3rd grade. They're just left 2nd grade. It was a lot of information introduced in 2nd grade. So just go over things like, what's this column? What's this column? What's this column? Ones, tens, hundreds, okay? So we start with the ones column first. We have 4 plus 7, which is 11. Now, they should not be taking a long time to say what 4 plus 7 is. That is something that we are going to review regularly. There are flashcards inside the box. You want to just, again, go over those flashcards regularly until they have it down pat. You can even buy a set of dice, roll the dice. Add one digit to the other digit, or, you know, subtract it, okay? But again, we have to practice with being able to answer addition and subtraction single digits like that, okay? 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 8, 14, okay? They should be able to do that quickly. And then 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. I always like to say, hey, what's 10 plus 4? It would be 14. To add 10 to any digit should be relatively easy. Okay, 10 plus 7 is 17. 10 plus 8, 18. Well, if we have the 9 plus that same number, it's just 1 less than what you would get had you added 10. So 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13 because 10 plus 4 would be 14. And I always like to teach it that way. Okay. So this is our answer here. Now, if they say, hey, go ahead and check your answer. This is called your sum, by the way. Find the sum. Let's make sure we know the names of the answers. Finding the sum is adding two numbers. Well, let's go ahead and check this. So we would take the sum. We can do this on the side. Minus 487 should give me what? The top number, 854. So again, we have to regroup here. 4, cross out, make it a 3. Okay. 4 is really 40, so we're changing it into a 30. And then that 10 that we got from there, we added it to the 1 in the ones column. So that's how you get the 11. Okay, 11 subtract 7 is 4. 3 cannot subtract 8 without going into the negative, so we're not doing that. We're going to cross out this and make it a 2. Put the 1 next to the 3, one column at a time. 13 subtract 8 is 5. 2 can't subtract 4. I'm going to cross this out, make it a 0, and now I have 12 minus 4, which is 8. So that is my, right here, it checks. Okay, so when they want your child to check their answer, it checks out. Okay, and then that is called the difference. When you subtract a problem, the answer is called the difference. Okay, just giving you some reminders. Okay, on to the next. Making math count.